Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4 of Enigmatica 2 expert mode. Between episodes I've been clearing a bunch of things, adding some more automation recipes, done a bit of building as well. So first thing I want to start off with is I received a comment about these facades here. So thanks for that. I don't know why I forgot these exist, probably because they don't show up in GAEI. But if you just surround the block with cable anchors, you can put these on 82 cables and that just hides it away nicely there. So next thing is I built 2 void ore miners here, and I've set up a resource miner in the middle here. And all of these again are just connected to the drawer system. I actually need to add these to the drawers, so I'll do that in a second. So I built the 2 void ore miners. I just took the one down just now because I'm about to upgrade to tier 2. So I think there's the tier 2 controller there. Okay, so 32 panels here. There we go, that should be crafted now. I also added in a couple of IC2 machines here just for extra automation. So I was missing things like the compressor and things like that for autocrafting, so I just moved it from the temporary base over there to here and hooked it all up to applied energistics. I've also upgraded the sift setup here, so I don't have any way of producing netherrack or endstone yet to be sifted. Basically the netherrack can actually get us the uranium we need to power a reactor we're going to be building, but for now I've just been mining it manually and putting it in the system. So the way I have this set up is I have level emitters here similar to the cinnabar setup. So if I have over a stack of netherrack, it's going to export it all into this drawer here, which is limited to 1 stack. It could have easily just been a chest or something, but I just used a drawer to be able to see this. It then goes into the pulverizer, and then the pulverizer extracts into this compacting drawer to compact it into compressed netherrack, which then goes into the heavy sieve, and that gets us uranium and cobalt and ardite among other things. And the exact same thing here with the endstone, and I just have that on the level emitter again. So I've been leaving those running. That's just getting us some resources. Again, they're all hooked up to the drawers there. Let's check on the structure panels here. Yeah, we have, looks like enough here. Oh, I actually forgot to put these in to use it for the craft, but that's alright, it'll get used for that one. So we don't actually need these tier 1s anymore. So we should just be able to hold right click with the assembler. I think we need modifiers for this one as well, so let me grab those actually. Okay, I got the modifiers here. I also grabbed one more laser core, I was missing that as well, so they should now assemble if I had the lens. Okay, I picked up the purple lens here to get the increased chance for the next tier of resource. But that should be us now running. Yep, 5,000 arithmetic, and the tier 1 was what, 4,000? Oh, but it's also lower duration, so it should be significantly faster here. Yeah, let me go and add these actually to our drawer system as well. Okay, with the ore miner set up now, we have a lot of extra draw on our power here, and I don't think this mechanism gas turbine is going to last much longer. So what I want to do is build the reactor here from Extreme Reactors. So I've already crafted this controller here. I'm going to just find a place to put it, and I think I'm going to expand this way a bit more. So I'm going to do some building and set up a room for this. Okay, so we now have the reactor built, and I managed to get this finished now. I decided to put it just out next to the turbine here. I just added on a little section, had a little tower. I still don't know exactly if this section here is going to be covered or not, but my plan is to use, I'm thinking this one for a mob farm, so I'm going to have like a separate walkway that comes through here and like a walkway on this sort of level here, maybe one lower, I'm not sure yet, but yeah, this will lead through to there, and then I have the reactor sitting on here. I think it turned out alright actually. The building, it's still a bit jarring with all the cobblestone here. Obviously this is not going to stay cobblestone, and I'm not even sure if it'll stay at this height. But yeah, it's a little bit hard on the eyes with all the cobblestone as a floor here, but it will get changed. Anyway, with the reactor, it's given us a nice little boost in power here. It's only making 4,000 RF a tick, but I have the fuel rods set at 95%, so this means it's only consuming 0.3-ish millibuckets per tick of uranium. And that's because I realised that we really don't have that much uranium. I mean, I used all the ingots I had basically to fill these control rods, and I'm just running out, so I had to set it that low. But it also does give us a nice output of this cyanite here, which we will eventually need for the ultimate ingot and a few other things here as well. The cyanite also allows us to make the plutonium block, which we'll need for ludicrate later down the line. So yeah, one of these was going to have to get set up eventually, but we're going to need a way of getting some more uranium, and I was thinking we go through the Endstone 7 route, which I already have set up. It's just I don't have a way of getting Endstone yet, so I'm thinking we set up an essence farm here for it, basically through end seeds, which is going to require quite a bit. But in order to get to this point, we're going to need to start magic, specifically astral sorcery. But in order to do astral sorcery, it's linked to a bit of Thaumcraft and also Botania. So I think the next step here is going to be starting magic. I mean, we can only put it off so long, so yeah, I think I am going to start the magic with the aim of getting mystical agriculture set up, because there's a few seeds I would like to be able to craft and autocraft. These miners are also they've been running a few hours now, and I think we can almost get this one to tier 3, and I think I can already put this one tier 2, so I might just do this just now, especially with the extra 4,000. That's basically runs one of these on its own. Anyway, the next step here is to get into Botania. So we need to start with the Petal Apothecary here, which means we need to get into the Luminous Crafting Table, which means we need to find Starlight, and I'll show you what that is in a sec. Okay, so it turns out we still don't have enough Iridium to upgrade this to the next tier, but I did add 4 speed modifiers in here, which significantly increases the power draw. I think it was at 5,000 before, it's now at 31,000 and 31,500, but it does reduce the duration to 80 ticks per item, which is decent. You know, it'll be a lot faster. And our gas turbine there, I checked, and it's not empty, so we're still fine for power even with the increased load. But obviously as we go up tiers, that isn't going to last very long, so let's just start with the Botania. So in order to craft this Petal Apothecary here, we need to get the Luminous Crafting Table, which means we need Starlight. And to find Starlight, we have to find one of these astral temples on the map, which is one of these temples. They spawn naturally, and I had one bookmarked here in my astral tome. If I get rid of the water here, So now you have to put the crafting table below the floating crystal here, and then once you put in this recipe, it should give you the luminous crafting table. That also unlocks a new thing in our astral tome. So we learned exploration. In order to craft with this table, we're going to need a resonating wand here, as the quest is telling us. So to make the resonating wand, you need aquamarine, some ender pearls, and some more marble. There we go, there's one resonating wand. So once you have the ingredients for the craft here, all you need to do is right click with the resonating wand, and it should use the starlight to make our petal apothecary here. So the first goal in magic here is I want to automate living wood and living rock through the use of the pure daisy. So in order to get living rock, we need arcane stone, which means we need vis crystals and stone. And to get living wood, we need infused wood, which means we need starlight. And in order to get starlight, we need a light well, which means we need rock crystals. So this is our first step here, is to find rock crystals. Rock crystals, I think, only spawn in the overworld, and they're pretty rare. And oh, is it not going to tell us where they are? Well, I know that they do spawn down at bedrock, so I'm going to go look for a few right now. Got one. So if you hold the resonating wand in your hand, it will show you particles even from the surface. That should make it easy to find them. And now if we attune the scanner to this ore, rock crystal ore, and then put this back in the scanner, I'll use my fortune pick. Let's see how many this gives us. And we get 2 that time. Okay, I'm going to gather up a bunch of these. Now that we have rock crystals, we can now make the light wells to get starlight in order to get the living wood. So I'm going to start making a few more than we need, because I know we'll need them later on anyway. So I think for now, just since I only need the 1 bucket, I'm just going to put a temporary setup here. And if you fill these with aquamarine, they will turn into liquid starlight. And I just have that going into this tank right here. I think rock crystals give more, because eventually these will break and they only produce a certain amount. But yeah, we just need the 1 bucket for now, so I'll probably automate this later on. So there's our 1 bucket of starlight here. So we should be able to just throw wood in here, and it should infuse to get infused wood. There we go. So now we have infused wood and arcane stone. I can make the living daisy, and then I'll start automating these. In order to make the pure daisy, we need these white petals, and you can easily duplicate them with just some bone meal. If you bone meal place the petal, bone meal it, and use shears, you can turn 1 into 4 and keep repeating the process. To craft using this petal apothecary here, you need to throw the white petals in along with a seed, and it'll give you your pure daisy. So in order to automate this pure daisy here, it basically affects 1 block in each direction, and once you place your arcane stone down, or infused wood, it takes a minute, and then it will infuse it into living rock and living wood. So I'm using integrated dynamics here with world item exporters and importers, which, as you can see there, just placed all the blocks in the bottom one, and once they're infused they pick them up and we'll put them in this drawer here. So yeah, I'm just finishing up putting the last of the filters in here, and that should be them all now. There we go. So now all the arcane stone I put in this drawer will be turned into living rock, and all the infused wood I put in here will be turned into living wood. I think that's going to wrap up this episode here. The building over there took me a lot longer than it may seem. I mean, even though it's only a few minutes of footage, it was a couple hours to get this built. But yeah, I think I will continue to watch our Rhodium or the crystal production here and see if we can get these upgraded. I'll also probably start doing some Thaumcraft and some more Botania quests and things. Yeah, that's going to do it this time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.